Hello friends, my name is Cloud. I upload occasional Bazaar gameplay videos to my YouTube channel. Playing as Pig today. I'm going to try to focus on the actual run this time. I watched parts of my previous run recording back and realised I was talking about just about anything other than the game. So let's try to actually talk about the game a little bit. As always with Pig, early on I am looking for items that scale, and that's one of them. Sure, this seems like a pretty strong start. I've done what I always do and just bought out the entire shop. As is the way. Early money tree is very nice. I'm cognizant of the fact that it was the key part of our previous run, which I uploaded to my channel, so we prefer to have a run that's not super similar, but we'll see how we go. Seems unlikely I'm going to end up with the exact same board at any rate. That run also got to 10 wins in part because of lucky early game matchups. You don't get to win early game as Pig that often. We have a pretty decent board, mind you. The matchbox is one of Pig's best early game items, even though it falls off very quickly. And we have a board of small items to support it. Would love to get Scarf, of course, never lucky. We don't have much money at all, so I'm going to take the one of two skills option, I think. Max health is tempting because it compounds. But let's take Defense Grid, which is a really cool item and opens up some interesting build possibilities. Definitely want to be playing a shield item at some point. Let's just take flat 4% crit across the board. It'll never be a complete dud, and it has to be the spare change for money tree. But, you know what I'm going to say? Let's hold off. I mean, bird's just better, isn't it? There's no point playing a money tree that week. Let's hold off on selling the spare change until we can get money tree to silver. So, very likely losing day one, even though we're up against another Pig, which is who we want to be up against for sure. What are you doing? You're me, but you've got your money tree on the board. And you've got your scaling scarf. But you don't have any regen or scaling. Interesting matchup here. I think we lose because their shield is going to outpace our burn. And then we're going to go the Sandstorm, and they're going to have a very small health lead, and that'll be enough, or shield lead I should say, and that will probably be enough for them to win, which is unfortunate, unless I've somehow miscalculated. No, I have not miscalculated, unfortunately. Well, on the bright side, we got a lot of buffing to our succulents there, which almost certainly counts for absolutely nothing, but there you go. Maybe if we'd been less greedy and sold off our change, we could have won that with money tree on the board, but it's just too much value to pass up, to wait to upgrade it. And I am a sucker for value. Speaking of which, we'll take the freebie here. What do you want? You want 3 weapons or 3 shielders. We don't have either of those at the moment. Let's just take some income. And we definitely can't take on Borea. And there's very little incentive for going after Borea either. So let's take on the Mosquito. Likely to be a long fight, which again helps our succulents even though it's relatively rare. What are you? Our Showcase, which is a property for some reason, which seems a bit strange. It's really a chattel. But anyway. What was I saying? Showcase helps our birdie, at least, which is something. And this succulents is scaling like crazy. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter. I love this stash. This little, what is it? Like a birdhouse kind of stash. It's very cool. Alright, we're going to be reducing the cooldown of our money tree. We have to make sure we have enough money. We have to make sure we have enough space, so that we don't miss out on any coins. Although our board will be upgrading soon at any rate.
Discounts for peace.
You're a good get.
I can feel our energies.
I feel like with the early money tree, does the board upgrade? Let's just sell out scrap to be safe to make sure we have the space. Early fixer-upper is certainly tempting, and we're going to be spending a lot. It's quite early. I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to get rid of you and you for the very early fixer-upper.
For the good of all.
We still have 1 spot free. Unfortunately, we need 2 spots free. I really don't want to sell spare change until we upgrade. I'm going to really forsake... This is a silly move. Really greedy here. Really, really greedy. It's got to be said. You're interesting. When you win a fight, I haven't seen this. When you win a fight with this play, increases value by 3. So you're another one that benefits from winning fights, which is something that we're not going to be doing. we're not the type of build that wins. Excuse me, I made myself cough. We're not the type of build that wins fights, I'm afraid. That's not the wavelength we're on. We're on extraordinarily greedy pig wavelength. We're going to be giving someone a real favour who comes up against this absolute trash build. Let's put crit on there. Show me Curio, brother. Don't have much money to spend. Why aren't you... We've had money. Why aren't you gaining value? Let's just take the gold, because we need it. So today is a loss. Let's just be very clear. Look at this. These awfully scaled items. This is classic greedy pig. What's going to happen is we're going to be so bad that we're going to lose all our early matches. And then we're going to... oh, that's a cool card art for the enchant. We're going to be so bad that we're going to lose all our early matches. And then we're going to crash out on like... We're going to crash out just as our build gets online, basically. Such is the way of the greedy scaling pig. And it's particularly frustrating because we really could have won today if we'd been a bit less greedy, I think. We probably would have won this matchup because our birdie is so nice. So if our tree was healing for a lot more, for example, and if we had the regen, we really may well have won that. But we have no one to blame but ourselves. I would say I have no one to blame but myself. Have you noticed how streamers do that? Whenever it's something good, they say we. Whenever it's something terrible they've done, they say we. Alright, so we finally have upgraded our money tree, which means we can cash out of all our spare change. Could try to wait for a merchant that makes himself for a bit more, but I think we've been greedy enough. Definitely holding on to the piggy bank. We don't care about chocolate bars.
Come with no weapons?
We do care about the cash register, and we do care about you.
I'm glad you bought this.
You're not bad. I think we want to play you over these 2 items, which don't really have a future. And then we definitely want lemonade stand.
For the good of all.
So we've cashed out here in a pretty major way. It's a shame we don't have money to put into piggy bank, and also a shame we don't have money for gumball machine, which would be great. But I guess we could sell piggy bank. You'd get us 4 value plus 4 spare change, each of which sell for 1, so we'd end up with 8. I think we do this. Because gumball machine plus lemonade stand is just so nice. Having second thoughts? No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until we can get the maximum possible value. And I think we can we take anyone here, is the question. Our board is so scuffed. Which one is these 2 is easier? Has to be the scrapper, right? Even though you scale a little bit. Do you scale a little bit? Barbed wire scales very marginally off Gianola bar. So even though you don't have anything that we want, at least we can guaranteed win. Look at how awful fixer-upper, man. Talk about a fixer-upper. This is a building that needs demolishing and restarting, I think. I guess we have no way of scaling its value at the moment. You really want to have VIP pass. VIP pass would be a great fit in this board. We should really be trying to hunt it out. I guess on the bright... Are we going to win? Oh, thank goodness. I guess on the bright side, Fixer Upper is scaling bullshit a little bit. That's all we really got going for us.
It's all about
But let's expand our board and then reevaluate. It's probably the best item we could have got. You're good for us. Gumballs is also very good for us, but I think without much money, we'll go here. Sadly, our board doesn't upgrade, which means I really want to sell out of the bronze coins while we're at this merchant. So what I'm going to do is make room with this, then sell you. Yeah. Oh, the value. Oh, baby. That made me feel something.
The more you buy,
let's
the more you save.
Sell you for lemonade stand, sell you for lemonade stand. We're not a freezer. Look at our money tree already, that's pretty juicy.
If I can just sell.
And sure, maybe laser security system can actually be our win con. Which is a very, very, very bad sign when you're saying that unironically. Look at this. We certainly have lots of property. We don't have anything we want to upgrade from bronze. Could be cute and upgrade the cash register. Maybe? I'd rather take a look at skills, I think.
Next time, I might surprise you.
None of this is good. Let's just take 10 heal.
My life mastering that technique.
Could look at scaling a type of max health type of build, potentially. And sure, let's take a look here, because you can include VIP pass. You do not. You got some stuff here I want though. And I can afford both, thankfully. So I mean, this is our win con by the looks of things. Laser security system. This is our best board. I don't know who I'm asking. I'm just in stunned disbelief that this is legitimately the best that I can cobble together at the moment. Cobble together?
When we are finished,
Cobble together.
you for study.
Lifesteal Mac, what have you got for me, brother? It looks bad. Your carpet's gonna go like crazy. This seems very poor. Although look at our laser security system. Is this item actually good? Look at it go. I've never played with this item on the board and I don't think I've ever lost to it either. But it may be just about to get us a win here. Because I think without it, we probably lose in the sandstorm with max regen. But with it, so long as the timing isn't absolutely atrocious, which it is, but we still get there. So yeah, I think a win thanks to laser security system there. Maybe this is actually a decent mid-game item in the board that we've got going. It does not seem like an endgame win con, unless maybe you get billboard and stuff shooting off particularly quickly. Love to see this spare change in our back pocket to start the day. Me when I'm struggling to make it in day-to-day life. Shouldn't laugh about that. Let's go try for the fight. That's a great outcome. Pretty sure we can take that. Nearly started the fight without laser security system on the board. That could have been a big mistake. Our fixer-upper is so scuffed. It's so terrible. This card used to be so strong. Certainly still can be strong. Problem is, yeah, we really need VIP pass. Because I think we're going to want to be putting our value scaling now, I think about it, from visiting merchants on Money Tree. I think Money Tree is our ride or die at the moment, again. And Fixer Upper will really only be scaling value if we can pick up a VIP pass for during the fights.
Well,
Could look at transforming it.
I've got to get back to
Don't want to get too caught up on transformation, but allowing this bad boy to get to diamond and then transforming it is a pretty solid strategy actually, because you're a decently high chance of getting Ice Club, Giant Ice Club, or something else really good. Let's preserve some money and take the value here for lemonade stand. And then I'm pretty sure we can take a Hexa if we don't play laser security system. But I'd rather be sure And I'm pretty sure we can take the retiree, and you probably have some good stuff for us, because you're a healer and shielder. Yeah. And we'd love to see your diamond coin, brother. We would love to see your diamond coin. Scaling health with lemonade stand. Would like to double down on that and get some other ways of scaling health. Defense grid opens up some possibilities, especially with high health, but to really get it working, you need a lot of stuff. You need to get it to diamond, which is hard to do in the first place. And you need an item like Spiky Shield. Or I think it's just Spiky Shield or Force Field, basically. But it's worth keeping in mind. Thought that was the coin for a second, which would have been great. No such luck. But we sell and sell and go here. Our fixer-upper is so bad.
Training is about letting go of what think you're ready for that?
More buy-sell, sure. We don't really... I mean, buy-sell weapons is fine as long as they're small weapons. Then we get value from lemonade stand as well.
Don't make it weird.
So we get some more ways of scaling health, which is exactly what we wanted.
The more you get hurt,
Small. Cold room is a decent pickup to keep in the bag, with the possibility of upgrading this to diamond, then transforming to giant ice club. It's a bit of a pipe dream. It's probably not worth keeping in the bag, I would guess. There's some good stuff here. Let's take fins, I think. And let's take scaling money tree and gaining the max health. We missed out on some value scaling, but I think that was worth it. And then let's get you back on board. Dooley. Someone has to say it. Now there's a gap in the market. What are you doing, Dooley? You're a haste Dooley. You're a hasteler. You're a race carler. I think we should be okay, but who knows with Dooley builds, to be honest. Sometimes they're so much nastier than they look. We're both scaling. I feel like we scale nastier than you. We're going to need our defense grid, whatever this thing is. Is it defense grid? Laser security system. Wasn't even close. We're going to need our laser security system to go off twice more, I think, with the shield. But with our regen... How do we have so much regen? Oh, lemonade stand. We should be fine here, even in the sandstorm. Which we are. Another win as Pig, another early win. You love to see it. Is this card the GOAT? Can we take it to late game? Surely not. Surely not. More spare change, you love to see it. We get great value out of these with lemonade stand. I mean, I just gotta take it, I think. The value is just too much to pass up. Don't want to transform quite yet. I'm gonna go here for the vendor and a bit of scaling. You're now gold, which is great. We want to put the value there. It's all working out nicely together. 6 is just such an expensive reroll. I don't know why this lad is so expensive. I'm pretty sure we can take Squeeville with our healing and regen. Although you scale like crazy. Maybe we can't take you. Maybe you scale more nastily than I give you credit for. I'm gonna go after the commander. I don't think either of the other enemies had anything I wanted. I knew this guy had the wings, which is why I went after him. I wasn't even thinking of the ticket. So the ticket would be a great get, of course. That's the best that we could ask for. Counter-Strike also amazing. There's lots of good stuff here, actually. Incoming Busy Bee. So I think we're leaning more and more into the transforming diamond fixer-upper strategy because we just haven't scaled its value at all.
Sting Sky! Sting World!
So it's worth keeping in mind we effectively have a large item. Yeah, there you go. We effectively have a large item slot free on the board. Before we do anything, yeah, we'll definitely be taking the spare change. Our money tree is going crazy, brother. Definitely be taking that spare change as well. And the value from lemonade stand. So much value. Would love to see the expedition ticket. Would dearly love to see the expedition ticket. Not that I don't think we can see it
You're
here.
a smart one for your size.
Plenty of money. We may as well just keep you to the left. I'm gonna pass up on the weapon even though we get some stuff out of it. And buy some cheaper stuff for lemonade stand. It's gonna be a tough call between upgrading lemonade stand and money tree. Mac. Always tough, but feel like we match up okay against Mac at the moment.
You remind me of someone I fought
This looks bad. There's lots of stuff going on here. There's lots of stuff going on I don't fully understand. What are you? You're a slowler. And then your slowing buffs your mace, which goes very quickly. And your toxic sunlight spear scales like crazy. Although with us healing our burn, maybe that helps deal with the sunlight spear a little bit. Because we have more regen on us than we have burn and poison. You also have a lot of regen. How are you damaging us so much with this much regen? I guess the mace. And I guess the burn actually ticks twice, doesn't it? In the time it takes to tick once on your regen. Which is not a particularly intuitive mechanic. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. So that's how we got burnt down then. Anyway, it happens. It does happen. It has been known to happen that I lose to a Mac.
If you have to ask the price.
There's the VIP pass that I very much wanted.
Small boxes. Tell everyone.
Small items for 4 we take for lemonade scaling. And there we go, we've upgraded Fixer Upper. I mean, it's not very good, is it? So we can definitely look to transform that. Seeing as we haven't scaled it at all. So that's something to keep an eye out for.
Cast aside your destruments.
Upgraded VIP pass is fine. Almost getting to the point where you'd play it just for the effect, let alone the value scaling as well. More selling small items. So we keep a lookout for the transform node, and we play super defensive because we want to scale the value of. I guess we may as well scale the value of Fixer Upper, seeing as scaling the value of Lemonade Stand does literally nothing. So we may as well, even though we're probably looking to transform it. And can we take on you? You scale like crazy, don't you, with your stuff? We probably don't want to fight you. We have to do well against poison, don't we? I just don't want to lose though. I could look it up, but I just don't want to lose. With us dealing no damage whatsoever, it's a case of survival. Which I'm fine with because it means we're going to get so much value off the VIP pass. Such a good item. It almost doesn't need the hasting adjacent properties, to be honest. It almost just needs the value scaling. Because you can see the haste is actually really nice for us. Not that we need it in this fight. But the haste is really nice, and then the value scaling is crazy. Yeah, it almost doesn't need to be an active item. So we're getting a lot of value. Maybe we do start thinking about playing our Fixer Upper if we can scale its value like crazy. But then you have to start thinking about kind of long-term plan, and I'm not entirely sure what that is.
That's a fine piece.
Can certainly make a case for upgrading Lemonade Stand, but I think I'm going to go with Money Tree here. We've seen Money Tree can be very, very effective. Do we want to still keep scaling Money Tree? I think so, rather than Fixer Upper. Not interested in anything here, so I'm just going to go to the vendor and buy some small weapons which buff our health through the skill and Lemonade Stand, so they're really good value for us.
I prefer action.
The laser card thingy can probably go. Got to take chocolate bars for the value. So we don't really have a way of winning, short of just survival. But we're going to get a lot of value from our VIP pass, hopefully, unless it's a super aggro pig. What do we want to see here?
My people
I don't know. I don't think there's much we beat, to be honest.
Boring.
31 damage. LK is certainly pretty nasty. No scaling. Oh no, you have 5 times apropos chapeau for weapon scaling. I don't think we can beat that. I was going to say no scaling and we probably win, but I think that was overly optimistic. Because they're just going to, they're going to scale out of control, even with our regen. But again, on the bright side, look at this value we're getting, because the fight's going to go all the way through to the sandstorm. We're getting some pretty crazy value. We actually have a lot of regen here. The burn's getting really nasty, but we heal off a lot of it, and we heal up our shield. Oh, that was pretty close. Okay. So we're down to next loss will put us to lethal. Classic pig. Now is really where we should start to get good, okay? Trust the system. You go there.
Make deals, not
Some interesting stuff here.
Aura guided me to what you needed.
You have to be on the board to have effect. You certainly help with have synergy with Lemonade Stand, but I think we're already greedy enough. That would just be a bit too greedy, I think. Pen of Tea can also be very good, but I think I far prefer... You're just not good enough anymore. I think I far prefer VIP
Use that for the good of
pass. I mean, you're also pretty cool, but probably not. And Gumball Machine for health scaling? Sure.
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
And do we try to, now's the moment, do we try to transform our Diamond Fixer-Upper? We've scaled its value a bit. I think we leave it now. I honestly think we leave it now.
I would spar with you.
We've scaled its value a fair bit.
Leg. Go make some more.
And it's going to get more and more with VIP Pass. Albeit, we may not have long to live in this world. We'll just take the little bit of health scaling there. It's a bit greedy, but... Oh well. Gotta be greedy playing this pig. And we want to go after... Pretty sure we can take you, right? Your shielding scales pretty crazily, actually. Maybe we go after the Viper. Gotta be careful with this type of build, because there's certainly a lot of PvE builds that we could lose to. Viper I'm pretty confident because I don't think they scale at all. And we should deal quite well with poison without significant healing and regen. So this fight, you're going to have a lot of regen through Poison Tyrant, but we're going to have such a significant health advantage, or shield advantage I should say, and we're in fact going to have more regen as well. So we will win this in the Sandstorm, which is exactly the outcome that we wanted. Giving our VIP pass time to scale Fixer-Upper and Money Tree quite a lot. Yes, I mean, Fixer-Upper, even though we didn't scale it early, you can see it's getting there.
I've come too far to
Hopefully we get 2 decent enchants.
if you're not growing.
If we get to level 10. Ever, that is. SP gold tier skills. No, I don't think so. 15% crit chance across the board, that seems pretty good. Take chocolate freebies. I mean, we're playing very greedily, of course, but such is the way of the pig. Curio with lots of money seems, well, with a decent amount of money, seems pretty good to me. Definitely want smalls for 2. It's incredible value for our build. Nearly sold the VIP ticket there.
While you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
Lots of health. Yeah, extra haste duration on VIP pass seems pretty good actually. Perma haste pretty much now I think. And I'm not going to re-roll. That was some good expenditure of money. Alright, Diamond ranked pig on a perfect run. That's scary, although hopefully means they're not a super late value, late game pig. Maybe they went with, well, they must have gone with a strong early game build. So potentially Jabalian Drum's weapon build? Square pig. Pretty strong square pig. Oof. We have a lot of health to stand up to this though. And their only scaling is through Shadowed Cloak. We have been bonked, which certainly hurts. Am I crazy for thinking we're okay here with our regen? The crits certainly don't help. I'd really prefer if you stop doing that, brother. But we should be okay. Stop it! Stop critting with 23% chance. Was that 3 in a row? Thank you. I think so long as you don't crit like crazy, we're gonna be okay here. Oh, stop it! Stop critting! This is cursed. Come on. Come on. Come on! Oh, thank goodness. I'm not going to run it back out of sheer saltiness, but I feel like this Regal Blade critted like 5 out of 6 times in that fight. We really needed that win. Alright, we take that. Day 8, we still haven't had a chance to get the ticket. We really want to make sure that we have 20 gold so that we can get it from the aerodrome if necessary.
I would never debase my
That being said, I'm about to spend a fair bit of money. We can always sell out of
that suits you beautifully. Whoever said
something,
you can't buy class
I'm sure, in order to afford it. Ideally, of course,
You wanna
we
buy
grab it from
I mean,
a
excellent choice.
PvE fight. I'm going to take it. I think the value from buying the weapon just makes it worthwhile. We have spent an awful lot of money there. Want to make sure we always have enough for the gumball, because that's giving us good value. Alright. Oasis Guardian has to be good for us, right? CDR is always good. Yeah, I'm just going to go after CDR and guaranteed win. I'm pretty sure we could take... Oasis Guardian is like a regen merchant, right? Pretty sure we could take that. But this fight's fine as well. Guaranteed goes the distance, which means we get full value from VIP pass. We're kind of straddling 2 archetypes here. We're value scaling with Fixer Upper and Tree, but we've also scaled our HP quite a lot with Lemonade Stand. Which of course doesn't have to stay on the board either. So we've got room on the board for possibly, I'm trying to think, like a double whammy even? We have scaled our health quite a lot. But I think how our enchants go will dictate the direction we want to take this run. For example, an Obsidian enchant on Money Tree suddenly starts making us think we want to focus very much in that direction. We had room, right? Yes. Thank goodness. Gaining value is pretty good. It's only 3 value though. I think I'd rather take a loot item, which could be good, and which is a good sale for us anyway. Got to take another monster fight, especially with VIP pass. We'll go again, brother. Round 2. We'll take the other feather this time, please. Or your skill, actually. We block this skill, but Cosmic Wind would be great, because we actually do crit a decent amount with our critical investment skill. So much value on this Money Tree. So much value in the Money Tree. And the Fixer Upper is getting there as well. Problem is we're just purely survival. We have no way of finishing the fight before the Sandstorm. So any build we come up against that has decent scaling is going to beat us. So we really need a way to finish the fight, which hopefully will come from the enchant. So what happens if we whiff on the enchant? We try to look for a double whammy, I think. Oh, stop giving me the terrible feather. I want the good one. Risking some coins seems pretty okay by me, seeing as that may mean that we get to level 10, which would be huge. We do. And we do see damage effects, which is fantastic. Game on, brothers. Game on. So, Lemonade Stand hits super hard, right? Is it 10 times the regen? But it takes 12 seconds to go off. You take 4 seconds. I mean, it just has to be Money Tree, I think. We spent the whole game scaling it, and this is where it hopefully pays off. And it fits in well with the rest of our board as well. Because now we don't need any offense coming from the rest of the board. The damage is all coming from Money Tree. So we'd love to see Phonograph. That's what we are looking for. We would play Phonograph over probably Money Tree. Not probably Money Tree. We play it into Money Tree. Probably play it instead of Lemonade Stand, which is just so slow, even though it helps in the long fights. This should be fine, even with us getting frozen an annoying amount. We just hit really hard and have regen to back us up. Yeah, we get there. Don't think we particularly need the crit. We were pretty in control for that whole fight. Even up against this new items Mac. Can't be bothered figuring out what it all means. Looked like they wanted to freeze me a bit more than they did, perhaps. Money Tree, Money Tree, Money Tree is saving our lives. Although the rest of our board is also actually working quite well here. You're a good item. You're a good buy-sell.
But I'm glad you bought.
Just double check nothing here. I mean, you're a cool little lad. There's no denying it's a cool little lad.
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
Definitely take rewards cards. Some interesting stuff here. So you would add 181 damage to Obsidian Money Tree. We could also put you next to Fixer Upper potentially. Or you massively increase the value of our items. And reduce cooldown a bit. We have to grab Stained Glass Window. It costs us 32. The only way to get it is to sell rewards card, which I did just upgrade. Rewards card, it's certainly helping with the value, but I think Stained Glass Window is just going to help more. I think you're gone, bud. I appreciate what you've done. You're in. I'll have to figure out how we handle PvP fights, but certainly for PvE fights, this is what we want on the board. And I think the days of transforming are beyond us. Don't really care about starting the PvP fight with shield. We also gain nothing from going to merchants now, but let's just take a look. Don't think we want anything there. But this increased value is so nice. What are you? Terraform. Sorry, that's my phone. Ferrous Khan we have to be able to beat, right? Even if you crit? I think even if you crit, we'd hopefully have some shield built up by then. Yeah, we've got to take you. And your skill could be really good for us. I was just wondering whether the gumball going on the field ruined my glass window, but I'm pretty sure it didn't. So yeah, even if you crit, by then we're going to have enough shield built up that we'll be fine. I think. It doesn't matter, you don't get to go. Giving us this skill would be very interesting whether we take it or not. Oh, I thought it was it for a second, but we absolutely take that. Of course, our fights aren't going as long now, which means VIP pass is not quite as good, but that's a classic first world problems. We're winning too quickly. Do we have room? We do not. We only have space for 4. What do we want to get rid of? Probably Gumball. I think with the small amount of money we have, it's worth getting rid of the Gumball machine. Another fight is fantastic news, brother. You've made my day. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're so strong. I fancy a chance against anything, to be honest. And plus 10 value to all properties. Oh, baby. I think against a PvP fight, we probably play Lemonade Stand. Right? Maybe not. Maybe play Stained Glass Window. There's obviously a chance it gets destroyed. No reason not to grab it, I suppose. There's definitely a chance it gets destroyed, of course.
Bring it in.
This increases damage as well, which is super nice. Gaining regen is super nice. I think I'm going to take this. That's actually quite powerful for us.
I'm not teaching grammar.
So the choice now is whether to play Lemonade Stand or Stained Glass. I think we play Stained Glass Window. I think the 10, even putting aside the potential high roll of gaining the value, the decreased cooldown actually increases our chance of winning more than the Lemonade Stand on the board does. You're how are you ever going to build enough shield, brother? This seems like a very bad build. I have to be honest. This seems like a bad dually build, but maybe I just didn't give it a chance to cook. Anyway, we certainly take that win, especially with Stained Glass on the board. Value scaling, yes, please. And I think we're definitely not transforming. You're a juicy lad. Welcome aboard. You're a great item, but just not really what we're looking for. And you're a good lad to have as well. We really need another small on the board, but for the time being, they were some good pickups. And let's just take a freebie. That's a very good item now, but it's still more early game, not really what we're doing. Void Colossus. We have to be fine, right? You only win if you destroy Money Tree. Your skill is so good though, with our crit chance. I'm gonna go after Law of the Race. There was a chance we lost to Void Colossus, although my instinct is we kill him before he gets to destroy anything. Maybe not actually. Or maybe. We're pretty strong. It's got to be said, we are pretty strong. Anyway, decision's been made now. And we get the skill. Fantastic skill. Oh, baby. So, we're not going to get full value from this, but I don't want to sell anything. So it's fine. We would love to see ways of increasing our crit chance now. Yeah, because crit stealing double damage is just huge. So if we can increase our crit chance on Money Tree, that would be fantastic. In the meantime, enchanting Fixer Upper with poison. Poisonous Fixer Upper is the good old days, man. This is taking me back. This used to be so toxic. Well, it still is, but it used to be so annoying to play against. Gotta take the free chocolate. We're so dangerous. We want to keep you for a little bit longer, probably till the start of tomorrow. And we still want to play Stained Glass Window. If you get destroyed, you get destroyed, so be it. I think we have to play it at this point. Aggro Dually. Very aggro Dually. Freezing our VIP pass is quite annoying, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Especially with the point. Okay, I take it back. I take it all back, brother. What are you? Obsidian Cybersecurity. There you go. Surprised we lost. And there goes the Stained Glass Window. So that certainly hurts a huge amount. Lemonade Stand from memory enchants quite well, but it's just so slow. Do we ever take the golden XP here? 5 XP is really huge, especially when we're relying on health. And the only enchant we really care about is on Lemonade Stand, and it's just so slow. I think we actually take the golden XP here, as crazy as that seems. And then we want to upgrade. It has to be Obsidian Money Tree, even for just the value increase there is really nice. We really do need phonograph, so maybe I should have been going to some more vendors to get that, because it really does make the board a hell of a lot better. You're interesting. Shield equal to 2 times the value. Our items are super valuable. You shield an awful lot every 7 seconds. Is that better than massive regen from Lemonade Stand? Probably. And a potential great enchant, although sadly we're getting it having just missed out on an enchant, but that's a lot of value, and its own value is going to triple in combat, which is quite nice. I think we still keep the VIP pass there. Lemonade Stand upgrade we have to take. Oh, Luxury Tents is actually what we want. Multicasting Obsidian Money Tree is definitely the play. So you're gone. You had a short-lived stint. And how do we get the extra 3 money? We cash out of piggy bank. Yeah, this is right. Lots more scaling. High max health. And yeah, you're worth it for the survivability, but also just the multicast on Obsidian Money Tree is so nice. Yeah, that feels like a pretty significant upgrade. Phonograph, not an economic item, and we'd also have to really think about how to fit in phonograph if/when we get it. I'm going to sell the signet ring just for space in the bag. Alright, I feel like we're pretty strong. I feel like we can take the octopus. Maybe should have gone after the middle lad for his skill, but oh well. I just won the extra XP. We seem really strong, especially with this crit skill. But I guess we're only 35% chance of crit. We really should be prioritizing crit chance because it just helps us so much, especially with the multicast. Well, that's a bit of crit chance. That's actually quite a good get. Lots of max health. Heal and regen items. What items do we really want though? I don't think we care about you getting upgraded too much. Gumballs just give us so much value with Lemonade Standard Gold. Each one is giving us 20 max health. Oh, that's so bad, missing out on the... I should have thought about that. Missing out on the coin there is really annoying.
I did not see
Oh well.
game, you know.
Oh baby. Oh baby. Come on, we have to be good. We have to be good. We didn't get to go on the expedition, which sucks.
This bazaar is a Manikai.
Some small item scaling when we may well be about to lose. Sure. I feel like we're just so strong though. But I thought that before. We have 1 hit protection with Luxury Tent against things like Boulder. We have a huge amount of health. We have heal to counter burn and poison. We have 5,000 damage even with no crits coming in every 3 seconds. And getting hasted and scanning the value. And you deal double crit with a chance to crit. Like, we just have to be so good, right? But I guess all it takes is coming up against one build that's a little bit better. Or that counters us. We're certainly susceptible to freeze. And you certainly hate to see Fiery Rebirth and Flurry of Blows. I still feel like we're fine, right? Yeah. Because we crit with both. So both deal 7,500. So we 1-tap Fiery Rebirth procs, then we 2-tap. So our tree is really a 1-tap kill in 3 seconds. It's pretty damn powerful. With big guns. Lots of scaling here. The crit chance is so nice as well. Not looking at transforming. Maybe there's something we want here? Small items we certainly take. Lots of health given that we don't have the belt on the board.
I don't succeed unless my clients succeed. And I am very successful.
I'm still worried though. I'm always worried. We can look for Phonograph here. If we get Phonograph, you absolutely play it over Toxic Fixer Upper. Yeah, let's have a look for Phonograph.
I'm pretty laid back.
You're pretty good. But it's quite late. Quite late. Even though the build has to go super late. Nothing there for us. No Phonograph.
It's a relationship, you know?
We got to be able to take on Arkan, especially because we would love your Eclipse, brother. We would love your Eclipse. What a 1-tap. That's extremely satisfying. That does nothing for us at this late stage in the game. But it's a small item to sell, I suppose. We could have played on the board for Aura. Yeah, more money is nice for us. Helps us with our buy selling. See all that the Bazaar has to offer? The XP won't help get us there today. I think I'd rather buy sell small weapons. Ice Club's certainly tempting, but I feel like we're pretty set in what we're doing here. That being said, it's so good, but I just don't think we need the damage. I favour the survivability from Fixer Upper and Luxury Tents. We don't need more damage than our money tree. Could be some good stuff here.
Straight boulders.
Definitely taking you.
Money. What should I do with it?
Interesting. Certainly interesting. There's a world where you play this instead of tents and put it in between Fixer Upper and Obsidian Money Tree, which are two pretty fast items, but I don't think so. Billboard also interesting, but no upgrades. You hate to see it. And I don't think anything here makes the cut. So we're running with this. I feel like we have... Oh, what is this skin? This is a cool skin. I haven't seen this before. I feel like we have protection against everything though. How do we lose? Freeze. Freeze is the only way we lose, I think. Because we have one-shot protection, which is what we're going to need here with Busted Boulder. But yeah, then we just one-tap harder ourselves. I think their Boulder killed us, and then we came back to life with Luxury Tent. But like I said, that's the way the build works here. Especially this late in the game. You got to have one-shot protection if you want to win late. And that is what we're doing. We'll be winning very, very late if we're to win. But we're the type of build that can win very, very late. Partly, well, in large part due to this one-shot protection. Piggy Bank is a great get. As are small weapons. Of course, buying, selling becomes harder as the game goes on because all items are more expensive. The value is just too much for me to pass up on, even though we miss out on one. I'm definitely not selling out of my piggy bank quite yet. I mean, we just have to be able to beat everyone, right? I think we kill you before you get a chance to do anything. Yeah, easily. Not even close. Singularity would be cool. Not that it really matters because the fight isn't going that long.
Maybe 2 guys. Ah, the joy of more. Bring it in.
Do we care about anything being upgraded? I don't think so. Don't need more haste from you. Your upgrade brings us back to life with more health. With significantly more health, it has to be said. But really, you're only for one-shot protection. But then what else are we looking for in skills? Something that allows our tree to go off faster is all we really care about. Which, there definitely are those skills for Pig. 4% crit could be worse, but let's try. More max health is something, I guess. More max health. Deal damage equal to gold is meaningless. Sure, a little bit extra max health. Probably would have been better upgrading the tents, but you have no way of knowing, of course. And we'll definitely be taking more value scaling. Or scaling, I guess, just scaling. We want to sell you before we go into our PvP fight. Make sure we give ourselves every possible chance.
And by sharing my power,
We'll take your small items, but I don't think we're going to want to re-roll.
it's hard to let go.
And then we're going to sell our piggy bank to give ourselves every possible chance. Okay, so this is likely FEMA or Freeze, Mac? Either of which I feel we're fine against. Like, we're just so fast. There's probably some busted perma-freeze build.
Stand aside.
We may be about to find out. With Pendulum, Sapphire, and Fiery Tomb. We don't quite get the win. And now we're permanently frozen, I think? No, we're not permanently frozen. Okay. Always scared about perma-freeze. Perma-freeze is just about all that can beat us, I think. Gotta spin the wheel. Even though you could really make a case for large items here. You gotta spin the wheel, brother. It's the rules of the Bazaar. Whenever you see the wheel, you gotta spin the wheel. I wonder if this is as late as you can possibly go. Maybe depending on when you get Lord Arkan's ring, you can push it one day further. This could be good. It's not.
A rabbit.
Oh, it is. It's very good. The first time you fall below half health each fight, double the damage of your less smoked weapon. It's not very good, because we're relatively unlikely to fall. Actually, sorry, I keep on going back on myself, but it could be really good with luxury tents. It's a pretty niche scenario, but it certainly could be very good. Certainly could have been better, could have been worse. Still mostly care about crit chance. Health and shield items, I'm sure there's some stuff we really like. It's hard to imagine how we replace anything on our board other than VIP pass.
The world is pretty scary.
Belt is so good. Do we care more about the survivability of Belt than we do about Toxic Fixer-Upper? So much more max health. But then the only thing that's we really care about is one-tap protection. And Fixer-Upper actually helps more with that. And it's poisoning to potentially get us over the line. Tough call. I'm going to keep it for the bag. And I'm going to buy sell that even though it's super expensive. Alright. And this time I'm not going to make the mistake because we're getting to 17 no matter what. And your... Actually, the fight is never going for 7 seconds anyway, so your skill doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to XP max. This is going to be satisfying. See, 9,000 damage with a single crit. So if they both crit, it's 18,000 damage in 3 seconds. It's pretty nasty. And we do get the change this time, which is nice. I'm pretty sure there's some good skills for a large weapon here. Extra 5% crit chance? I'll take it. It's something. Crit is so important for us. Possibly could have re-rolled that. Especially for the amount of money. And that we definitely take. Significantly more heal. Can't really be bothered with the gumball machine, to be honest. Especially this late.
You are enough.
Buy, sell that small item.
I'm glad you bought this.
Jeez, we're strong. This is the late game build that everyone hates Pig for. Do we sell Belt just to make things a bit more convenient? Is Belt ever making on the board? I don't think so. This Fixer-Upper is pretty juicy. But then that is just so much health. And all we really care about is survivability. Although Fixer-Upper also gives them an additional freeze target, which is quite nice. So I actually think for that reason we keep Fixer-Upper on the board for the time being. Giving them that extra freeze target is really good for us. Which means slow gumballs. Still got room on the board, to be honest. VIP pass isn't doing a huge amount anymore. So there's definitely small items that can make it onto our board. And as I've said, Phonograph would get rid of the Fixer-Upper. So this is likely a Dino build, based on my understanding of the meta at the moment. I don't think Dooley really has one-tap builds, other than some type of force field build. Turbo Tanky Yankee. So it is a Dino's build. You hit pretty hard, but I think we hit harder, brother. Yeah, this is where having the extra freeze can certainly help. You're shielding an awful lot, but we're hitting an awful lot. That was a nasty, nasty build, but we're nastier. This is why Pig is. Oi! Give me back my VIP pass. It's frozen, brother. No. My VIP pass is permanently frozen. Probably better relog, I think. Released game, by the way. Still looks like we have a chance to override our run there. Oh yeah. Is it unfrozen now? Thank you. It's so valuable. So we could sell the VIP pass and just go crazy. We also have no point keeping you anymore. Don't think I really care about anything here.
Playlists for me. Feel that the more you get hurt, the more we can hang out.
Small buy sells. This used to be such a cool The cleansing your poison and burn used to be so powerful, but I don't think I really need it anymore with the amount of heal that we have. And you're probably worth it for a buy sell.
Forests. The cities where the wounds are.
Not interested in weapons. We go here, we sell our lint chocolate. Still can definitely phonograph, we'd love to see it, but feels like the opportunity isn't coming up. You have to have good stuff for us. Oh baby, can you imagine, Master Salesman? Keychain we might play over VIP Pass. It's kind of a cool, but it just doesn't really fit. All we really care about is our money tree going off as fast and as hard as possible. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious me. This money tree is going to be hitting so hard. I wonder what the hardest hitting money tree of all time is, because it's hard to imagine many hitting much harder than this. It's really hard. I'll go through the amount of damage it's doing before we do the fight, I think. You can have the phonograph. You don't. And we don't care about you.
Use that for the good of all.
So, oh no, we have one more node. Small and large cannot be phonographed, unfortunately. Neither can shield, so I'm just going to take the scaling. And then we have to decide whether to play belt for our final fight or not. I still think because of the freeze factor, we play Toxic Fixer-Upper over belt. So I think this is our board. No point selling out anything here. So, how much damage are we doing? So Money Tree, we've scaled it out the wazoo. So it's at 768 damage. We're then giving it multicast with Luxury Tents, and it's been enchanted with Obsidian, so it's hitting twice. It also has a 50% chance to crit, or close there too. It's getting double damage from big guns, along with some other damage dealing perks. It's dealing double crit damage for when it crits, and it has double value in combat. So this is going to have nearly 1600 value in combat, or let's say 1500, and it's going to hit for double what it is now. So let's say, this maths is going to be horrible, but it's kind of fun. So let's say it hits for 6800 roughly in one hit, which is 13,600 in the multicast, and then it crits, and the crit damage is doubled, so the damage is tripled, so it gets to roughly 39,000. So if it hits twice, and I'm doing my maths right, this hits for 40,000 damage in 3 seconds. And we have 1-tap protection with Luxury Tents. Okay, I think if I've done my maths right, it's a 40,000 damage money tree. In 3 seconds. We may be about to lose. Especially with this. We really may be about to lose, but I don't think so. Yeah, that's why. And my maths was pretty close. So it's a 40,000 damage money tree. That is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. What a fun run. And we beat Dino Dooley at the end. So yeah, we just had the archetypal late game pig build that you should be afraid of. But we got pretty lucky with some of the skills and pickups we had there, but I feel like we played it pretty well by scaling well early and put ourselves in a good position to get the 10-piece. Thank you for those of you who watched, and thank you for those of you who are subscribed. I'm a tiny little channel and it helps me out a great deal and I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.